नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 8, text 3. Gramya dharma nivrutischa mukhya dharma ratistatha mito medhyadanam saswad vivikto khema sevanam gramya dharma nivrutischa mukhya dharma ratistatha mito medhyadanam saswad vivikto khema sevanam gramya dharma nivrutischa mukhya dharma ratistatha mito medhyadanam saswad vivikto khema sevanam. One should cease performing conventional religious practices and should be attracted to those which lead to salvation. One should eat very frugally and should always remain secluded so that he can achieve the highest perfection of life. Herein, that religious practice for economic development or the satisfaction of sense desires should be avoided. Religious practices should be executed only to gain freedom from the clutches of material nature. It is stated in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam that topmost religious practice is that by which one can attain to the transcendental devotional service of the Lord without reason or cause. Such religious practice is never hampered by any impediments, and by its performance one actually becomes satisfied. Here this is recommended as mukhya dharma, religious practice for salvation or transcendence of the clutches of material contamination. Generally, people execute religious practices for economic development or self-gratification, but that is not recommended for one who wants to advance in yoga. Next important phrase is mito medhyadanam, which means that one should eat very frugally. It is recommended in the Vedic literatures that yogi eat only half what he desires according to his hunger. If one is so hungry that he could devour 1 pound of foodstuffs, then instead of eating 1 pound, he should consume only half of a pound and supplement this with 4 ounces of water. 1/4 of the stomach should be left empty for passage of air in the stomach. If one eats in this manner, he will avoid indigestion and disease. The yogis should eat in this way as recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam and all other standard scriptures. The yogis should live in a secluded place where this yoga practice will not be disturbed. This is the purport of our revered spiritual master Srila Prabhupada to this verse. Gramya dharma nivrutischa mukhya dharma ratistatha mita medhyadanam saswad vivikto khema sevanam. Speaks about dharma. Previous verse also. Swadharmacharan. We are discussing yesterday. And at the end of the purport, last part of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, what is real Swadharma? It's real Swadharma. If one is elevated to spiritual platform, we must simply serve the Supreme Lord. That is the real execution of Swadharma, that is dharma of the soul. Atma dharma, Swadharma. This verse says, so-called dharma, conventional. One should say performing conventional religious practices should be attracted to those which lead to salvation. One should eat very frugally and should always remain secluded so that he can achieve the highest perfection life. So, topmost dharma paradharma. Bhagavata says here in purport also, Srila Prabhupada says in the beginning part of Bhagavatam, the topmost religious practice, it said that topmost religious practice is that by which one can attain the transcendental devotional service of the Lord. Without reason or cause, such religious practice is never hampered by any impediments, and by its performance one actually becomes satisfied. Sabai punsang paro dharma jato bhaktir adhokyade ahetuki apratihata jayatma suprasidati. That it is said in first canto, beginning. Sabai punsang paro dharma jato bhaktir adhokyade ahetuki apratihata jayatma suprasidati. That is Paramadharma, supreme dharma. That is Paramadharma, supreme dharma. Jato bhakti adhokyade, that is bhakti. Bhakti towards adhokyada, towards the supreme Lord. Adhokyada means the supreme Lord whom you cannot measure through your conditional senses. Do you understand? Material senses. That is adhokyada. Jato bhakti adhokyade. It is ahetuki. No cause. Yes, Prabhupada, without reason or cause. Without reason or cause. Ahetuki and apratihata. This is never hampered by any impediments. Unchecked. Cannot be hampered by any impediments. Ahetuki apratihata. Jayatma suprasidati. By performance of sadharma, Atma, the soul, becomes satisfied. This is real dharma. Do you understand? This is real dharma. This is topmost dharma or paradharma. This is atma dharma. The dharma of the soul. So, that it is said about this is moksha dharma. This verse says, there is a practice of salvation or transcendence of the clutches of material contamination. To be free from the clutches of Maya, mukti. How can one be free from the clutches of material nature? Mukti. By performance of what sort of dharma? Paradharma, supreme dharma, real, what do you say? The real execution of swadharma. That means bhakti, bhagavad bhakti. You understand? Rata bhakti radhokyade. That is the real dharma, that is the dharma of the soul. And one can very easily free himself from the clutches of Maya if it develops pure bhakti. Do you understand? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are 4 types of cheating dharma. Do you understand? Cheating dharma. Not real dharma. And Bhagavatam speaks of Bhagavata dharma or this moksha dharma or topmost dharma, paradharma, supreme dharma. That is bhakti. Do you understand? That's a bhakti. So, it is said, if somebody practices or executes this supreme dharma, paradharma, that means pure dharma or prema, loving, render loving services unto the lotus feet of Krishna, all beautiful Shyam Sundar, mukti becomes dasi. He is dasi, he is made servant. So mukti is dasi. Mukti is dasi at the feet of bhakti. Do you understand me? That's it. Bhakti toi sthiratara bhagavan jadi sa daivena nah palati divya kishora murti mukti sang mukuritanjali sevate asman dharmartha kam gataya samaya pratikya. This Krishna Karnamrita, Billamangal Thakur has said. Bhakti toi sthiratara bhagavan jadi sa daivena nah palati divya kishora murti mukti sang mukuritanjali sevate asman dharmartha kam gataya samaya pratikya. Oh Lord, oh Bhagavan, if I can develop pure bhakti, Sudha bhakti, pure bhakti, at your lotus feet, it I will be fixed in that bhakti, then your all beautiful form, Kishore Murti, that all beautiful form of, this is Kishore Krishna. Do you follow me? Language. Krishna in Brajabhumi is only 11, 12 years old. Nitya Kishore is always. Nitya Kishore. You follow me? Eternally a Kishore. 10 to 12 years old boy, cowherd boy, that is all beautiful form of Krishna. Madhurya Kanilaya Krishna. Daivena na phalati divya Kishore Murti. But this in Krishna Karnamrita, Billamangal Thakur says, O Lord, if I will develop that Sudha Bhakti, pure devotion, unto the lotus feet of your Kishore form, is Braja Kishore. Is Braja Kishore or Nanda Kishore, son of Nanda Maharaj, who is always Kishore, Nitya Kishore, eternally a Kishore, 10 to 12 years old boy, beautiful form, automatic. It is automatic. This mukti will come and stand in the queue at the doorstep of mine to serve me. Mukti swam mukuritanjali with folded hands. Mukti swam mukuritanjali sevate asman dharmartha kamagatoya samaya pratikya. Mukti will come and stand in the queue at the doorstep of such a devotee, premi bhaktar, Sudha bhaktar, pure devotee was developed, pure devotion or prema bhakti at lotus feet of Kishore Krishna, who sees the all beautiful form, that Kishore form of Krishna, that is beautiful forms of Krishna, Nanda Kishore, Braja Kishore, Krishna's form in Brajabhumi, and who is fixed on that devotion. Mukti stands at his doorstep in the queue, waiting for service with folded hands. With folded hands. That means one can very, it is automatic attainment of mukti if it develops Sudha Bhakti. Do you follow? Automatic attainment. He gets mukti. Mukti comes and stands at his doorstep with folded hands just to serve. Therefore said, mukti is the dasi, mukti is the maid servant at the lotus feet of bhakti, at the feet of bhakti. Mukti is dasi of bhakti. Understand me? That is said here in purport. Prabhupada says, Prabhupada says here, the topmost religious practice is that by which one can attain the transcendental devotion service of the Lord without reason or cause. Such religious practice is never hampered by any impediments, and by its performance one actually becomes satisfied. That is Moksha Dharma, is freedom from precocious mental nature. It is stated in Bhagavad. Do you follow? That real mukti is there. And dharmartha kama mukhya, dharmartha kama gataya samaya pratikya. When develops pure devotion, prem bhakti, at the lotus feet of Kishore Krishna, and becomes fixed on that bhakti, mukti becomes dasi, mukti becomes maid servant, stands at the doorstep, just waiting for service. And this dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This is, what say, cheating dharma, or bhakti is only eternal, and this dharma, artha, kama, moksha, these are not eternal, anitya. Bhukti, material enjoyment, fulfilling one's sense and desire of material enjoyment, that's kama. Do you understand? So-called conventional religious practice, it says, gramya dharma nibruti, one should cease performing from conventional religious practices. In his purport, Prabhupada says, generally people execute religious practice for economic development, sense gratification. This is not eternal dharma, this is anitya dharma. Anitya dharma, that is temporary, but one who develops or executes pure dharma is para, supreme dharma, that is bhakti, pure bhakti, It's automatic that dharma, artha, kama, moksha is automatic attainment. Automatic attainment. Whenever it is required, whenever it is required to serve the lotus feet of the Lord, they are there. They are there. They are just waiting for it. Waiting for it. Do you follow me? But on this Krishna Karnamrita, Billamangal Thakur says, that is the real dharma. That is dharma of the soul, and not dharma of the body or mind. This is real dharma tattva. One should understand Bhagavata speaks about that dharma, pure Bhagavata dharma. So, at the beginning or in the material world, it has been added to it, that dharma, the dharma, artha, kama, moksha. It's added here in this material platform, but that's not real dharma. When real dharma comes, then Manava Jivana really begins from it. Do you understand? Bhakti is the real dharma, bhakti, the dharma of the soul. Ahara, nidra, bhoy, moithuna. Eating, sleeping, defending and mating. This is Posu dharma, dharma of the beasts and animals. Because any beast, any animal, other than human species, they all do this thing. Eating, sleeping, defending and mating. But human being, human birth is rarely achieved birth. Dullabham manusam janmam. Dullabham manusam dharmam. Manus janma, human birth, is rarely achieved birth. It has specific purpose. That is, he must, through this birth, opportunity is available to develop this paramartha, supreme dharma, parama dharma, that is Krishna Bhakti. In other spaces, it's not available, opportunity is not available. Therefore, Manushya Janma, the human birth, is Durlabha Janma, rarely achieved birth. But this is general dharma. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, maithuna, general activity. Eating, sleeping, defending, mating, available in both animal life and human life. General. But human life is not meant for that. It has specific purpose. The purpose is to develop Paramartha, Shuddha Krishna Prema Bhakti. This is the. When this dharma, this is supreme dharma or paro dharma, paro dharma, supreme dharma, if someone executes that, Jayatma Suprasidati, he himself, Jiva, Atma becomes satisfied. Atma becomes satisfied. So, and this dharma develops. This dharma, arises in the life of a human being, so his real life begins from that. Otherwise, it is not arisen, then his life has not begun. He is leading animal life. In the language of my Guru Maharaj, the two-legged animals without horn and tail. Puchha Vishana Hina. The animal may have horn and tail. But the so-called human beings, they are leading this life of dogs and hogs or animal life, running behind, eating, sleeping, defending, not following the real dharma. They are animals, no better than the animals. They are as good as animals, two-legged animals. But when one who is fortunate, if real dharma, Atma dharma or Bhagavad dharma enters into life or awakens in his life, in his heart, it rises, then his real Manushya Jivan, human life begins. Understand? Human life begins. Therefore Bhagavatam says, that Prabhupada says in the beginning of Bhagavatam, this is 1, 2, 6. First canto, second chapter, 6th verse, Savai punsang paradharma jato bhakti radhukya jaya hetukiya pratihata jayatma suprasidati. By the execution of that dharma, that param dharma, that is bhakti radhukya jaya, that is bhakti unto Supreme Lord, adhukya. which is ahetuki, no reason, without reason, apratihata, unchecked, cannot be checked or hampered by any impediments, the soul will be satisfied. That is real dharma, dharma of the soul. And the manava jivan really achieved human birth is meant for that, to cultivation of that dharma. Dharma originally means what? Through dhatu. If you analyze the word, Sanskrit word dharma, then it says through dhatu, it begins. The word is formed out of this dhatu, verbal root dhru. Understand? Through dhatu, dharma. Dhru means what? Carries. Carrying. Do you understand? That's dhru. But carries the existence. That is dhru dhatu, dharma. That is the eternal dharma of jiva. That every jiva has perfect, eternal, loving relationship with the Supreme Lord. That is the dharma of the soul. Dharma sanusthita punsang vishwaksena kadha suja notpade jadirating srama eva hi kevalam. We are discussing this verse yesterday. That is the real dharma. If it develops Bhagavad Katharati, your taste for attraction and taste for Bhagavad Katha. This verse says, Mukhya dharma rathistatha. Mukhya dharma rathistatha. Which leads, one should be attracted to those which lead to salvation. Attraction, develops attraction towards salvation, Mukhya dharma or Paro dharma. This purport. Notpade jadirati sramayi bhai kevalam. You may be executing dharma, but if you have not developed taste for Vishwaksena Katha, Hari Katha, Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Katha, then you are doing useless labor. You understand? Sramayi bhai kevalam. Useless labor. In other words, you have not really developed, you have not really started the execution of real dharma, dharma of the soul. Only doing it. Useless labor. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj says, many people are there and each people has his own idea, own nature, and own way also. It differs from person to person. Yes. Different natures are there in this material world. And those who are these conditioned souls under clutches of illusory energy or material energy, forgotten their own swarup, Bhagavad swarup, developed this bodily constitutional life. They are in the bodily platform. They know body is everything. Body is the soul. And they understand what is the need of the body, to fulfill that needs, demands of the body. This is our dharma. They say like that. Do you understand? And what is the requirement? First requirement. We must look at that. We must try, make efforts to fulfill that requirements, the demands. You understand? Therefore somebody follow many, mostly, all follows Pasu dharma. This is ahara, nidra, bhayo, maithuna, eating, sleeping, defending. And somebody is little advanced or superior, his consciousness is something superior, he thinks, oh no, these are not necessary. Rather this, if I will entangle myself in this eating, sleeping, defending, mating, I will suffer more and more. By his experience, he knows that thing. So he wants to, be detached from it. Nibruti, comes to the Nibruti marga. He wants to be detached from it. Therefore, some are like that, they do Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Asana, Yogic asanas, Hatha Yoga. Yes, they adopt that Hatha Yoga. Some do pranayam, vayu sadhana, rechaka, puraka, kumbhaka, like this, panchatapa, vayu bhakshana only eat, very, such life they lead, which is very, very, klesa, difficult life. They do. In this way, if analyze, you find so many, in the name of dharma, so many things are going on. So many things, different things. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj says, what is going on in this material world in the name of dharma, they are nothing. This is like the different types of tastes of different types of people. And this is like a shop, dukan, shop. In shop, varieties of commodities are there. What is one taste, he may get it. Isn't it? The shopkeeper has kept, stored in his shop, varieties of commodities. Because varieties of people of different variety tastes are there. Temperament of people are there. What is one's taste, he can purchase it, yes. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj says, what goes on in the name of dharma in this material world, it is nothing but like different types of tastes of different people. And this is like a shop, where there are so many commodities are there for people of different tastes. There's nothing that. The dharma, material goes in this way. Not true dharma. Do you understand? But what is the source of dharma? What is the root source? Cause of dharma? Dharma mulai Bhagavan Hari. Dharma mulai Bhagavan Hari. Bhagavan Hari is the root of dharma. Dharma tu sakhyat bhagavat pranitam. Dharma tu sakhyat bhagavat pranitam. Na vividurusaya na api deva. Na siddha mukhya manusya asura kutanu vidya dharasana 6th canto Bhagavad says. The root of dharma is Bhagavan Hari. Dharma mulai Bhagavan Hari. Sarva Vedamaya Hari. Who is Vedamaya, full of Vedas. The Veda comes from whom? He is the Mula. He is the root of dharma. Do you understand? That is dharma Mula. Do you understand? One should understand him. Unless one understands him, he cannot understand the real dharma tattva. So, these ignorant persons, those are covered up with dense darkness of ignorance, those are forgotten their own Swarup, forgotten Bhagavat Swarup and their relationship with Bhagavan, they think dharma is, they manufacture a dharma or think of a dharma according to their own taste. They are monogadha dharma. They are dharma manufactured by them according to their taste. So this is not real dharma. And in material world, in the name of dharma, this thing is going on. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj says, but Jiva means, Jiva Swarupa hoy Krishna Nityadas, real Swarupa, identification Jiva is eternal servant of Krishna. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna was given the first lesson that you are not body, you are spirit soul. The dharma of the soul. Dharma of the soul. Dharma of the soul is the real dharma. It is not dharma of the body or dharma of the mind. Dharma of the soul. So, if we analyze, then we will find there is one dharma only, not different types of dharma. So, most concluding instruction in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gave, Sarva dharmana paritejya mami kumsaram. Give, abandon all varieties of dharma that go on in the name of dharma in this material world. And just surrender unto me. That is the real dharma, Atma dharma. That is Atma dharma. And that is the one dharma. There is one dharma. No different dharmas. Hindu dharma or Muslim dharma or Christian dharma, dharma of the black or dharma of the white, dharma of America or dharma of Asia, dharma of Europe or dharma of this land or that land. Nothing. The dharma of the soul, the dharma is one. That is paradharma, supreme dharma, atma dharma, dharma of the soul. Atma dharma, his name is atma dharma, parama dharma, bhagavata dharma. In other words, you say Vaishnava dharma. This is one dharma. That is, we have this. It speaks about the eternal relationship the jiva has with the Supreme Lord. That is known as Jaiva dharma. The dharma of the jiva is Jaiva dharma. Yes, nothing else. This is one dharma. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, completely full, Purna Chidivastu, transcendence completely full. Jiva is fragmental part and parcel. Krishna is like sun, Chinmaya Bhaskara, spiritual sun, Jiva Chitkana. Jiva Chitkana is a spark. This is Samandha. This is eternal relationship. Krishna is completely full, Bruhada Vastu, big, and Jiva Anu, minute, is like a spark, Chitkana, Kirankana. And Jiva has therefore eternal relationship with Supreme Personality of Godhead. This dharma is natural dharma of Jiva. Do you understand? Every Vastu has its dharma. Do you understand? As its dharma. Jiva, Krishna is attractive. And Jiva is to be attracted. Krishna. Do you understand? Krishna is the master, Jiva is servant, eternal master, and Jiva is eternal servant. Master and servant. This is eternal relationship. Krishna drashta, Jiva drushta. Krishna says that thing in Bhagavad Gita. Anumanta upadrashta. Bharta bhokta. Upadrashta. I am, what do you say, overseer. Who sees everything. Do you understand? Who sees everything. Drashta. Krishna is the seer. And Jiva is to be seen. Drashta. Seer and seen. Drashta and drushta. Krishna is completely full. Jiva is minute. Krishna Sarva Shaktiman, almighty, all-powerful. Jiva, no Shakti, Nishaktika. Very minute. So, Krishna Dasya, that means servitorship to Krishna, to become servant of Krishna, is Nitya Dharma or natural Dharma, eternal Dharma or natural Dharma, the Jiva. This is Dharma. Shuddha Hari Bhakti, pure devotion. Do you understand? That is, it is said in this verse as Moksha Dharma. In this verse as Moksha Dharma. That is Shuddha Hari Bhakti. Pure devotion to Lord Hari is Nitya Dharma, eternal Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma, or Paradharma, Supreme Dharma, real Dharma. Nitya Dharma, Anitya Dharma. Do you follow? Eternal, Nitya Dharma, and Anitya Dharma, not eternal, temporary Dharma. And every Vastu has its natural Dharma. Natural, it's natural. The body has its Dharma, mind has its Dharma, and soul has its Dharma. Do you follow? Every Vastu has its Dharma. Take the example of water. Water is a Vastu. And it has its natural Dharma. What is natural Dharma? Liquidity. Do you understand? Taralata. Isn't it? Taralata. Liquidity is its natural Dharma of water. But sometimes coming in contact with some other thing, it changes. The water sometimes freezes, becomes frozen, block of ice. No liquid now. Then what? Is that natural Dharma? No, it's temporary, Nitya Dharma. When there is some heat, again it will melt. It's Surabh Dharma, Nitya Dharma will manifest. Understand me? Therefore, nitya dharma, anitya dharma, eternal dharma and not eternal dharma. Similarly, every vastu has its dharma. So body is a vastu, mind is a vastu, and soul is a vastu. Body has its dharma, mind has its dharma, and soul has its dharma. And you are not body and mind, you are soul. No. So what is the dharma of the body? What is the dharma of the body? Dharma of the body is sense enjoyment. Do you understand? Material enjoyment, bodily enjoyment. That is the dharma of the body. But the dharma of the mind? Willing, feeling, thinking, or acceptance and rejection, sankalpa, vikalpa. That is the dharma of the mind. The dharma of the soul, similarly, soul has its dharma. Dharma of the soul is to become servant of the Lord, Krishna. Krishna dasatva. Jato bhakti adhokya je. To develop bhakti unto adhokya vastu. Bhagavan. Savai punsang paradharma jato bhakti adhokya je. Ahetukiya pritihata. Jayatma suprasidati. Prabhupada quoting this says, it is stated in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam that topmost religious practice is that by which one can attain to the transcendental devotional service to the Lord. Jato bhakti radhokya de. Do you follow? Without reason, ahetukiya pratihata. Ahetuki, without reason or cause, and apratihata, such religious practice is never hampered by any impediments of pratihata. And by its performance, one actually becomes satisfied. Jaya Atma Suprasid Atma, you, Atma, soul, Jiva, you become satisfied. That's the real dharma. This is real dharma. This is known as Mukhya dharma here in this verse. So this is known as Jaiva dharma, Atma dharma, Parama dharma, Bhagavata dharma. This is only one name. No other dharma. Hindu dharma or Muslim dharma or Christian dharma or white man's dharma or black man's dharma or European dharma or American dharma or Asian dharma or dharma of the East or dharma of the West. No such name. This is one name. Jaiva dharma, Atma dharma, Parama dharma, supreme dharma, Nitya dharma. Understand me? And Bhagavata dharma. You understand? Dharma mula hi Bhagavan sarva vedamaya hari. That is mula, root of dharma, sarva vedamaya hari. One cannot understand this. Then he will manufacture his own dharma according to his own taste and ruchi. And this is going on in this material world in the name of dharma. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of dharma tattva, dharma prajita, kaitavatra, parama nirmasrana sadam vedyam. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of this dharma tattva, is the Bhagavata dharma, denies kaitava dharma, condemns kaitava dharma, 4 types of kaitava, cheating dharma, dharma so-called conventional dharma is said. This verse says, this is conventional dharma, gramya dharma nivrutischa. She is performing conventional religious practices. Gramya dharma, so-called dharma, dharma artha kama mukya, condemns and speaks of pure Bhagavata dharma. Only the nirmasra and sadam vedyam, those who are devotees, non-envious, nirmasra, they can understand the dharma tattva. Is vastu sivadam, is all auspicious, speaks of supreme reality, Bhagavan adhokyada, jato bhaktir adhokyade, that is dharma, speaks of. Do you understand? So the nitya dharma is nirdosa, let's say pure, no contamination is there, eternal dharma, but anitya dharma is not nirdosa, is not uncontaminated. It has contaminated because it mixes with somebody, then dharma, real nitya dharma, becomes polluted or transforms in some other way. As for example, I give this water, if there is, Water becomes ice. When it becomes light? Contact with extreme coldness. Cooling. There is Nitya Dharma becomes polluted or transformed some other way. It says Naimitika Dharma or Anitya Dharma. And sometimes excessive heat is there, it turns into vapor. But Nitya Dharma, eternal Dharma of water is liquidity. But that is temporary, for temporary period. Some heat is there, the block of ice melts and is Nitya, so liquidity again comes up. And some humidity is there, the vapor takes the form of water again. Do you understand? So, the Nitya Dharma, eternal Dharma of Jala, water, is liquidity. Similarly, eternal Dharma of the soul is to become Krishna Das. Do you understand? Jato bhakti radhokhyade, to develop bhakti under the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, adhokhyada. Do you follow? So what are favorable? What are favorable, what do you say? Circumstances. Favorable circumstances for developing bhakti. The human life, really actually human life is meant for that, for the development of this bhakti. Paramartha is known as Paramartha, Supreme Artha. Para-bhakti, Supreme. This devotion unto lotus feet of Adhokhyada, Bhagavan. Do you understand? Hari Bhakti or Krishna Bhakti. What are the favorable circumstances to develop bhakti? Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto says, Krishna says to Uddhava, Sarvato manasa sangamadu sangancha sadhusu dayang maitring prasaryancha bhutesva dhadatochitam saucham tapastiti kyancha maunam sudhyayam arjavam brahmacharyang ahisancha mahatva dunda sangeyo sarvatratmeswaranvika kaivalya maniketam vivikta chiravasanam santosam jena kenachit shraddha bhagavata shastreya ninda mannatra chapihi manavaka karmadandacha satyam samadamavapi shravanam kirtanam dhyanam hareradbhuta karmana janma karma gunanancha tadarthe akhila chestidam istang datang tapo japtam brutam jatchatmana priyam daran sudan gruhan pranan jat parasmai nivedanam. Bhagavatam, Sri Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna says this thing to Uddhava. First thing, sarvata manasa asangamadam sangacha sadhansu. First thing, you detach your mind. Do you understand? Detach your mind from all material associations or material things. Attach your mind to the lotus feet of sadhu or develop intense desire for doing sadhu sangha. Do you understand? Sangacha sadhu so. First thing is required, this thing, to develop bhakti. Bhakti is to bhagavata bhakta sanghena parijayate. How can one develop bhakti? Bhakta sangha. By the association of bhakta, sadhu. Without the association of bhakta or sadhu, one cannot develop bhakti, which is the real dharma of this soul. Do you understand? First thing there. Then, dayang maitring prasayancha bhutesodha jathochitam, as it is required, as one deserves. Do you understand? Daya, mercy. One should show mercy. To whom? Mercy, who is a suffering soul, who is degraded. Do you understand? To show mercy to that. Degraded jiva, or suffering soul. Do you understand? This is daya. Then Maitri, keep friendship. To whom? With whom you will keep friendship? Those who are of equal status. Equal status. So you keep friendship with the equal status. Persons of equal status. Then, daya maitring prasayanchaha bhuteswadha jatochitam then you pay respect. Pay respect to whom? One who is more elevated to you. Pay respect to. Such a person is more elevated to you. This is as one deserves. Do you understand? As one deserves. In that way you deal with. Understand? You should show daya, mercy to an inferior jiva or inferior person of inferior consciousness, degraded jiva, suffering soul. And you should keep friendship with person who is equal to you, equal status. And you should pay respect to person who is more elevated to you. You understand? This is proper dealings. Again, saucha tapasisnuta. He says, saucham tapastiti kyancha maunam sudhyaya ngarjavam brahmacharyam ahisancha mahatva dunda sangyam sarvatratmeswara nikyan. Bhakti comes to the path of bhakti. He should keep himself always clean. Cleanliness is, next to godliness. It says like that. Cleanliness is next to godliness. He should keep himself clean. And he should lead a life of austerity, tapa. Do you understand? And he should practice tolerance. Mahaprabhu's teaching, taroriva saisnuna. Be as tolerant as a tree. Yes. Vaishnava quality. Do you understand? Be as tolerant as tree. Saisnuta. And give up gossiping. Gossiping. Unnecessary talks. Unnecessary talks. Only speak about Lord, Krishna. Give up all gossiping, unnecessary talks. Then Bhakti Shastra Dhyana, study Bhakti Shastra like Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Bhakti Shastra, Bhakti Scripture. Don't read any materialistic books. Fictions, novels, like this. And Sarata, be as simple as a child, because simplicity is Vaishnavism. That is very congenial for developing bhakti. Unless one is simple, he cannot develop. Don't allow crookedness to enter into you. That is a great hindrance in the path of devotion, bhakti. Then, keep a brahmacharya. Do you understand? Don't be envious to anybody. Become non-envious. Always keep yourself equal in all conditions. Honor and dishonor, man apaman. Somebody may show you some honor, somebody may dishonor you. But don't be disturbed. Keep yourself equal. Do you understand? That means development of, Equanimity. Development, equanimity. Equal towards honor and dishonor. Sarvatra Ishwar Darshan. See the all attractive form of that Kishore Murti, Kishore Krishna, beautiful form of Shyam Sundar everywhere. Do you understand? Ishwar Darshan, develop unalloyed devotion, ikantikata, and give up our attachment towards home and hearth. Do you understand? Attachment to home and hearth, then says, Nirjana Vasha. Here, the yogi should live in a secluded place where his yoga practice will not be disturbed. Last sentence Prabhupada says in his purport, yogi should live in a secluded place where his yoga practice will not be disturbed. The place should be very, very congenial for his yoga practice. That is secluded place. There is no influence of Maya or material people. Materialistic people will not go there and disturb in your yoga practice. That is secluded place. That says Nirjanavas. Stay in a secluded place. So there is no question, no disturbances. The disturbances will not be created by materialistic people. You understand? What is that? Wherever you go, Maya is everywhere. You go to the Himalayan cave. Himalayan cave, Maya is there. You enter into the water, as the Saubhari Muni entered into the water. He found Maya is everywhere, his mind is not fixed. Mind, the agitation of mind is there, disturbance is there, Maya is there. So he entered into the water. Do you understand? Water of Jamuna river. And remained there thousands of years. To do this yoga. Still is disturbed. Aquatic animals are there, fish are there. He saw the two fish, what do you say, sexually agitated, and doing sexual activity. Two fish, then his mind became agitated. Became agitated. Such a old Muni, Sauri Muni, thousands years old. Where is no Maya? Even Maya Jagat is a illusory world. The manifestation of illusory energy of the Lord. You are in this world. Also, you said you stay in a secluded place. Here. Where yoga practice will not be disturbed. Where is that place and what is that place? There is no Maya. Everywhere there is Maya. Mountainous cave. Cave of a mountain, Himalayan mountain, there you find Maya. Inside the water you find Maya. It is the case of Sauri Muni. Where it is? Where did you find such place? That is the temple of the Lord, where the devotees, Vaishnavas are there engaged in Sravana Kirtan. When engaged in Sravana Kirtan temple, that is real secluded place. Secluded. Every day, daily, or every hour, every moment, Harikatha is going on, Sravana Kirtan is hearing, chanting is going on. No gramya varta, here it says. Gramya dharma nibrutischa. No gramya varta, no politics, no topics of material. Sense gratification is there. It's only Krishna Katha, Bhagavata Katha, hearing, chanting going on. Do you understand? Daily, regularly, every hour, every minute, every moment going on. That's the real secluded place. There is no influence of Maya. Jaha Krishna taha nahi, Maya radhikar. Krishna surya samo, Maya hoy andhakar. Jaha Krishna taha nahi, Maya radhikar. Krishna is like, Krishna is Chinmaya Bhaskar, spiritual sun, effulgent sun. Well, there is sun, well, there is sunlight. There is no darkness at all. Do you understand? Maya is darkness. Krishna is sun, Maya is darkness. When there is sun, that darkness cannot prevail there. So Maya cannot come to the front of Krishna. Do you understand? Cannot come. So where there is Krishna, there is no Maya, no mere illusory energy. Do you understand? That is the place, Nirjan Sthan. That is the real secluded place. There is no Maya at all. But Krishna Katha is going on. Their devotees, Vaishnavas are there. Daily, regularly, every hour, every minute, every moment there and goes, engaged in hearing, chanting. Do you understand? There is no Maya. That is real Nirjan Vas, staying in a secluded place. That secluded place. Then, minimum requirement. Minimum requirement. You want something, some dress, some cloth to put on, some food you to eat. Yes, samanya, minimum requirement, one dhoti, kurta, gamcha, very cheap, not gorgeous, not costly. Minimum requirement. Be satisfied with it. Jadruchala avasantusta. Yes, Jadruchala avasantusta. Vibhikta chiravasanam santosam jena kenachit. Vibhikta chiravasanam. You may not remain naked, only one kaupin, no. And in the society, so simple dress. One dhoti, kurta, gamcha, best kaupin, best. Very cheap, not gorgeous, not such valuable. Samanya vasha. Jadruchala avasantusta. What is available by the grace of the Lord? Be satisfied with it. Yes, by the grace of the Lord, this is available. Yes. Jadruchala avasantusta. And put firm faith, you say. Shraddha Bhagavata Shastra. Firm faith, strong faith in Bhagavata Shastra. Yes, in Bhagavata Shastra. And don't blaspheme other Shastras. That is offensive. Namaparad also we say. Shruti Shastra Ninda. Yes. And exercise control over your mind, your senses. Yes. Satya Samadama. Be truthful. Do you understand? Exercise control, self-restraint, control over mind and senses. Do you follow? And put faith, strong faith, unflinching faith, in Bhagavan Hari, who only do all wonderful. Who can manifest, perform wonderful pastimes. Olukik Leela Parayana. Understand me? Yes. And observe these days as festive days or festivals, like the appearance, Janmashtami, the appearance day of Supreme Lord and His incarnation, Gaura Purnima, Janmashtami, Nityananda Chaturdasi, Nrsimha Chaturdasi, Ram Navami, like this. And always hear Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Katha, engage yourself in the hearing and chanting, meditate on the beautiful form of the Lord. And tadarthi akila chestitam. In varieties of ways, you engage yourself in varieties of ways how to give happiness, enjoyment to Lord Hari and Krishna. Varieties of ways. They are always thinking of that thing, how to render more and more loving service to Krishna and give him all enjoyment and happiness. No other thought is there. No materialistic thought. Tadatha agla chestitam. Then there is also this, what to say, sadhana bhakti. The sadhaka will undergo some sort of austerity. That is Ekadasi Vrata Palana. Mahaprabhu's instruction to Sanatana Goswami. I was saying that thing yesterday. Krishna Priti Bhogotyago Ekadasi Upavasa Krishna Tirthe Vasa. You'll fast, and fasting days are there. Ekadasi day, fasting, and this appearance day of the Lord, Janmashtami, Ram Navami, like this. Some fasting days are there, recommended. That day we'll fast, not take food. Do you understand? That is Krishna Priti. For the pleasure of Supreme Lord Krishna and Hari, this is tapasya for us. This is tapasya. Vratapalana. Then chapa, the Guru gives this chanting and prescribed number of rounds you should chant. Sankhya Purvaka Namagana Nasivi. The Goswamis were doing like Sankhya Purvaka. Daily. They have prescribed rounds. That this number of rounds I must chant. This is japa. Sankhya Purvaka Namagana Nasi. They are chanting, Goswamis were chanting daily, prescribed number of rounds, and prescribed times they are paying Dandavat, Pranam. Yes, prescribed times. That is there. That is tapasya. Vratapalana, japa. Then sadachara. How to say sadachara? Good behavior. Do you understand? Some do's, some don't do's. As instead, some do's, some don't do's. That follow strictly for regulatory principles. This do's and don't do's. Don't do it. Don't illicit. No illicit sex. No fish eating, meat eating. No intoxication. No gambling. Some do's and don't do's. That is sadachara. Palan. Then, what is your very dear family man, your family, then your home, hearth, your wife, your son, daughter, your asset, material, wealth, assets, everything, they appear to be very dear to you. But you offer all these things, but it's very dear to you. At the lotus feet of Krishna, parasmai nivedanam. Do you understand? Offer it is. You offer yourself completely. Oh Krishna, I am yours, you are mine, I am yours. You are my eternal master, I am my eternal servant. So, complete dedication, your mind, body, speech, soul, everything you dedicate, you offer. And your home, hearth, wife, son, daughter, asset, wealth, whatever, very dear, everything you offer to me is all yours, nothing mine. Parasmai nivedanam, Krishnarthi nivedanam. Do you understand? And do everything you do for the pleasure of Supreme Lord and Krishna. Do you understand? These are favorable, congenial circumstances. Anukul dharma. Do you understand? For bhakti. Bhakti is anukul dharma. Do you understand? Favorable dharma for development of bhakti. That's the instructions of Krishna to Uddhava in 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Shastra says, Sadhu says, Shastra says and Sadhu says. Do you understand? Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Sadhu, he says also. Nice song. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is known as 7th Goswami, 6 Goswamis. He writes nice songs in song form. He says all this stuff. This is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Krishna Bhakti Vina Kabhu Nai Phalo Doi. Krishna Bhakti Vina Kabhu Nai Phalo Doi. Miche Sarvo Dharma Dharma Jivero Upadi Mohe. Miche Sarvo Dharma Dharma Jivero Upadi Mohe. Jogo Jago Tapo Dhyana Sannyasadi Brahma Jnana. Jogo Jago Tapo Dhyana Sannyasadi Brahma Jnana. Nana Kando Rupe Jive Bandhan Karana Hoye. Nana Kando Rupe Jive Bandhan Karana Hoye. Vinodero Bhakyo Dharo Nana Kando Tyag Karo. Vinodero Bhakyo Dharo Nana Kando Tyako. Nirupadhi Krishna Prem Hrudaye Deho Asrayo. Nirupadhi Krishna Prem Hrudaye Deho Asrayo. Krishna Bhakti Vina Kabhu Nahi Phalo Doi. Krishna Bhakti Vina Kabhu Nahi Phalo Doi. Miche Sarvo Dharma Dharma Jivero Upadhi Moho. Miche Sarvo Dharma Dharma Jivero. You have that? This translation is there. This is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's song. Seven in there. There is no profit in a life devoid of devotional service to Krishna. Therefore, all the religiosity and irreligiosity, dharma and adharma, religiosity and religiosity of a living being bewildered by false worldly designation is useless. Is useless. Mysticism, performance of Vedic sacrifices, severe austerities, impersonal meditation, renunciation of the world and cultivating knowledge of impersonal Brahman in the form of various spiritual paths, all are causes of the soul's further bondage to this world. Because they don't follow the real path of dharma. That's not real path. Take this advice of Thakur Bhakti Vinod. Give up all these various paths. Shelter pure love of Krishna in your heart. That is real dharma. Shelter pure love of Krishna in your heart, for this alone is transcendental to all mundane designations and qualities. You understand? Nirupadhi Krishna Premi, Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, Nirupadhi Krishna Premi Hrudaye Devasvaya. Free from all material designation. Nirupadhi Priti. Do you understand? All designations are all what say, imposed on this body. You understand? But soul has no designation. It is nirupadhi. Soul has no designation. The body has all designation. So, free from all bodily designation, material designation. Krishna prema, that is the, let's say, real dharma of the soul. And therefore it is a nirupadhi Krishna prema. It is free from all material designation. You understand? Nirupadhi Krishna prema hrudaya devasraya. Keep it in the heart, the nirupadhi Krishna prema. Vinodara bhakyodhara. Accept the advice given by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Give up all these varieties, so-called concocted varieties of dharma. Just nirupadhi Krishna prema hrudaya devasraya. Accept the nirupadhi Krishna prema. Krishna prema is free from all material designation, pure. Keep it in your heart. You understand? Krishna bhakti vina kabhu nahi phala. Without Krishna bhakti, you cannot get any benefit here in material world. That's the real dharma. You follow? Ayetu hi apradhyata jayatma suprasidati savai punsam paradharma jato bhakti radhokhyade. The topmost religious practice that by which one can attain to the transcendental devotional service of the Lord without reason or cause. Such religious practice is never hampered by any impediments, and by its performance one actually becomes satisfied. Otherwise you cannot get peace at all, unless you practice the real dharma of the soul, the bhakti radhakyade. Understand? Then he speaks about mita medhyadanam, which means that one should eat very frugally. Mitahari. One is a sadhu, bhakta, he eats very little. Mitahari, that is symptom of a sadhu, bhakta. Do you understand? He is not greedy, he never fills his stomach to the brim. Do you understand? That is procedure is given here, recommended. All Vedic literatures, the yogi eat only half what he desires according to Swanga. Yes. If one is hungry, that he could devour 1 pound of foodstuff, then instead of eating 1 pound, he should consume half pound. You think, yes, I'm hungry, I can eat all this full plate. All right, make it half. Make it half. This is recommendation for sadhaka, one does sadhana. So, what you think that I can eat this full plate, then make it half. Then fill half of your stomach with that food. Then other half, that means 25%. Rest 50% out of that, 25% fill with water. Then leave 25% empty. That it says. 1/4 of the stomach should be left empty for passage of the air in the stomach. If one eats in this manner, he will avoid indigestion and disease. Yes. Indigestion and disease. The yogi should eat in this way, as recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam and all other standard scriptures. This is eating practice. Therefore we have this standard. Otherwise you cannot do sadhana. Your sadhana will be hampered, obstructed, and you will be affected by the influence of Maya. Yes, we'll cut up with Maya. Therefore we say, while eating prasad, what we say? Sarira vidya dao, jadendriya tahe kaho, jibe phele bisho sagari. Tar moddhe jivhavati, lobhamoya sudurmati, take jeta kothin sansare, Krishna bada dayamoy, koribare jivhaja, suprasad anna dila bhai. Say annamrtapa, Radha Krishna gunaga, premraka chaitanya nita. You sing it, Jivha, the tongue, this indriya, jivha, its tongue is very powerful. It's very difficult to conquer tongue. Yes. Tare jata kothina sansare. In this sansar, in this world, it is very difficult to conquer this tongue, this indriya. If you can conquer tongue, then you can very easily conquer other senses. Yes. You exercise control over other senses if you can conquer tongue. Take jata kothina sansare. Krishna bada Koribari Johaja so prasadam. Krishna is so merciful. In order to conquer tongue, he has given his own prasad. Do you understand? He has given his own prasad. So prasadam dilavai. Say anantatapa Radha Krishna Gunava. So accept that prasad, glorify Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna Gunava. Premadaka Chaitanya Nitai. With love, affection, utter the name of Chaitanya Nitai. Jaya Nimai Nitai. And chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. In this way, you can conquer the tongue. One who can conquer tongue, he will very easily conquer the other senses, especially conquer the genital. One cannot conquer tongue, he cannot conquer genital. Do you understand? That is why eating practice is there. It is recommended in Shastra, eating practice. Now, only eat prasad is offered to Krishna. Don't eat outside. Any hotel, any restaurant. The food cooked by karmis. No, don't eat. Do you understand? Only prasad. Not offered to Krishna, I won't eat. I won't eat. No. That is strictly to be followed. And this fill half of your 50% your stomach with food, 25% water, remain 25% empty. This is general procedure. Then you'll do nice sadhana. Otherwise you cannot do. One who eats, greedy fellow, eats too much, fills the stomach completely full, then becomes lazy, and he has not conquered his tongue, therefore the urges of other senses become very strong. He cannot conquer them. Even the urge of genital will be very strong. He cannot conquer. Who can conquer tongue, he can conquer the urges of other senses, especially the genital. Therefore this recommendation is there. There is a Kapradev says this thing, this for sadhakas. And very strictly will follow. Jaisa khai anna, vaisa hai mana, it is said. Jaisa khai anna, vaisa hai mana. According to your food, the mind is formed. Consciousness will form. If food is pure, pure means is Krishna Prasad. Do you understand? The Krishna Prasad. The food offered to Krishna. Krishna has tasted this. It's a normal material food. It's transcendental. Do you understand? Then if you eat prasad, then your mind will be purified, consciousness will be purified, no material contamination will be there. Therefore this thing is there. Jaisa khai anna, vaisa hai mana. Your mind is consciousness formed according to your anna, according to your kadya, according to your food. Do you understand? Those who eat fish, meat, onion, garlic, understand me? Tamasic food, that's tamasic food, rajasic food, and sattvic food. It's all described in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But we never eat any tamasic food or rajasic food or sattvic food also. No, it's all guna. Then it will be affected with the modes of material nature. But we eat prasad, that food cooked for Supreme Lord Krishna, Jagannath Krishna, and offered to him. He eats it. Then he fills the pot with the mercy. Therefore, it is known as prasad. Mahaprasad. Prasad means mercy. Do you understand? It is temple of the Lord, and we are all servants residing in this temple to serve Lord, servants of the Lord. And it's all, the kitchen is Lord's kitchen, Jagannath's kitchen. For Jagannath, it is cooked. Do you understand? It's not cooked for anybody else in the kitchen. What is cooked is for Jagannath, nothing else. Yes. Have you seen Jagannath's kitchen, Jagannath Puri? You are not allowed to go. Special kitchen is there. Every daily, so much is cooked. So varieties. Oh, you cannot imagine. All patram puspam phalayam toyam. Ingredients are patra puspa phala toya. Jo mein bhakta prasadi. Leaf, flower, fruit, water, or toya, means also milk. These are the ingredients. You, according to your capacity, you prepare food, cook food for Jagannath, for Krishna, and offer it to Krishna. Then it's Krishna's. Krishna will eat it, taste it, then become very tasty, very sweet, and Krishna fills the pot with mercy. Then it becomes Mahaprasad. Prasad means mercy. Because my servants are there, so they will eat it. Krishna offers his mercy, all right. So prasadam nagila bhai. Krishna bada dayamaya. Krishna is so merciful, he gives his own prasad to conquer tongue. If you want to take Krishna's prasad, you cannot conquer tongue. Strictly forbidden, not to eat outside. Any hotel, any restaurant, no. No, I eat vegetarian food. I have ordered the restaurant owner, hotel owner, I am preaching in a deserted place, no temple is there, only one hotel is there, what shall I do? I order, all right, I don't eat fish, meat, onion, you can prepare. Oh yes, I'll prepare for you. He's a businessman, he'll take money. Yes, prepare. But he has not cooked for Jagannath or Krishna, he has prepared to sell it, for selling, and get some money. He is not prepared for Jagannath. If you offer, Jagannath will not accept it. He is not prepared for it. Why shall I accept? The Vaishnava, do you understand? A Vaishnava, Bhakta, he cooks for Jagannath and Krishna. He has love. Krishna accepts only love, loving attitude, nothing else. Love and loving attitude. Therefore say, Patram Puspam Palantam, the Bhakti aprayasati. With the love, loving devotion, someone offers a leaf only, one tulsi leaf, one flower, one fruit, some water, nothing else, some water. One glass of water and a tulsi leaf, Krishna becomes very pleased and accepts it. Bhakti aprayasati, Tadamasnami, I eat it. Krishna is not hungry. Krishna is self-satisfied. Self-satisfied. He doesn't need anything. So, but he only needs your love and affection. Love and affection offer very easily. Becomes very pleased to accept it, yes. But with no love and affection, you may cook so much, so many varieties, but you will not accept. Example, when Krishna came to Hastinapura as a messenger, Duta, sent by Pandavas Duta, carrying the message of peace, they follow. So Duryodhana invited him. Duryodhana is non-devotee, has no devotion, love and affection to Krishna. He is very, very inimical towards Pandavas, they are devotees of Krishna, even very crooked person. So he invited Krishna. Because this social custom, etiquette, according to social custom, Krishna and Duryodhana, they are samudhi. Understand what I say?
In-laws.
What is that?
Because he married...
Samandhi, yes, samandhi. Friend. But what friendship? Krishna's son, Duryodhana's daughter were married. That we say samandhi. Father of the son and father of the daughter. Samandhi. All of,
In-law?
Yeah, what is English? You know, I don't know. What samandhi? Yes, in-laws. Krishna's son and Duryodhana's daughters were married. The samandhi, social custom, convention. You understand? Social convention. My friend has, samandhi has come. So invited. But Duryodhana had no love and affection for Krishna. And Duryodhana king, very opulent. He engaged many cooks and cooked various types of food. So much, plenty. But Krishna didn't go there. Krishna didn't eat it at all. Though invited, he didn't go there. Don't eat at all. Uninvited, he went to Vidura's house. Vidura is very poor man. But he's a dear devotee. Premi Bhakta. No need of invitation. Krishna runs there. Yes, no need of invitation. Because he is Prema or Devata. Krishna is deity of love. Do you understand? He is bound up with the rope of love. The Premi Bhakta is bound with the rope of love. Uninvited he went to Vidura's house. Vidura is a very poor man. But Lord has come. Both husband and wife became very ecstatic. You understand? So, became so ecstatic. Vidura's wife became so ecstatic that she is giving ripe banana. Peeling the, skin. Throwing inside, giving, offering skin. Very blissfully, Krishna is eating. What is that? Because he only accepts your love and affection. Nothing else. You understand? But he didn't go there. To Duryodhana's house. He has prepared, cooked so many varieties of food. Next day, when he went to the court, Krishna, Duryodhana, hey, Vasudeva, I invited you. I cooked so many varieties of so much for you. Why didn't you come and eat? Krishna said, there is only two principles of eating. Two principles. What is that? Person would be hungry, must be hungry. Person is hungry, he can eat. From anywhere he can eat. He can snatch away food and I am hungry. But I am not hungry. I am not hungry. Krishna is not hungry. He is self-satisfied. You understand? Sampurna, self-satisfied. He never feels hungry, no deficit at all. I am not hungry. This one principle. Second principle, it may not be hungry, one may not be hungry, but if love and affection is there, he must eat. Because I have love and affection. I am not hungry. Still, I must sit down and test little I must test. This is token of love. Bhunkte bhojayate saiva, dadati pratigunhati, gohangakhyati pucchati, bhunkte bhojayate sarabhir priti lakhyana. Sarabhir priti lakhyana. This symptom of priti, love. Yes, my loving friend has come, so I must feed him. Yes, prepare nice food and offer him feeding. This is priti lakhyana. Rupa Goswami has said in Upadeshamrita, isn't it? Bhunkte bhojayate. Give him food, feed him, and whatever he is, you accept. You understand? Bhunkte bhojayate. This is priti lakhyana. But you have no love and affection for me. I am not. Neither I am hungry, and nor you have love and affection. How can I eat? This is the two principles of eating, nothing else. No such thing. How can I eat? That is says. You understand? When you have priti, real love and affection, you have cooked for Krishna, Jagannath, and offered, you'll accept it. You'll accept it. That's a story, and it's true story, and that's a fact. One bhakta was there, householder bhakta, very dear devotee of Krishna, Premi Bhakta. He had family, his wife, and he had a son, some 5-6-year-old son. Do you understand? So on one occasion, he had to leave home and go out. He'll be absent from the house for some occasion was there. So he was taking care, he has deity, Krishna, deity, worshipper of Krishna, Krishna Bhakta. So he said to his son, I am going out, I will be absent for 1-2 days. Take care of deities. Your mother will cook for deities and you will offer the food to deity. You understand? He said, Father, I don't know mantra. What mantra you utter? You ring, ting, ting, bell, do this and that. I don't know. How can I? No need of any mantra. Child, simple child, simplicity is Vaishnavism. Child is very simple. Heart is pure. Do you understand? So you just take plate and put before deity, pay obeisances, chant Hare Krishna, and said, my father is absent. So my father has told you to offer this plate, and this plate is food for you. It's food for you. Please accept it. Please eat it. Just say. That's simple thing. Simple thing. Your love and affection will require nothing else. It is all rituals, conventional. This, that, mantra, that, uttering that mantra, do that, mudra like this, and see, he knows. It is all conventional. But pure heart, pure love and affection is just a personal aspect. The child, the son, did like that. And mother cooked. Everything he brought, and whatever mother has cooked, whole thing, every stuff, he brought. Put it in the plate and put it before Krishna. As his father has said, he did like that, uttered Hare Krishna, said, oh, my dear Krishna, my father is absent, so my mother has cooked this food for you. I have brought it for you, this plate. Please eat it. Please eat it. Then paid obeisances, chanted, then came out and stayed outside and closed the door half, looking whether Krishna is eating or not. But Krishna is not eating. Krishna is not eating. Waited 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes waited. But Krishna is not eating. Oh Krishna, why are you not eating? Why are you not eating? Huh? I offered food, and food is prepared for you. Mother has cooked for you. I brought this plate. It's for you. Why are you not eating? If you want to eat, we will fast. We won't eat. If you want it, we won't eat. We fast. Simple child said like that. Then Krishna ate everything. Whole plate was empty. Whole plate was empty. Krishna ate everything. So there is nothing for them. This mother and son to eat. They fasted. They fasted. Do you understand? That they fasted. The next day, afternoon, father came. Mother said, we were fasting. No food. What happened? Krishna ate everything. What? Krishna ate everything? Krishna ate everything. Oh yes. No, some rats are there. The rats might be eating. Father says like that. But his son said, no, Krishna, no, you are not seen. Some rats are there in deity room. They had eaten. All right, you offer today. I will see how Krishna is eating. Well, all right, you offer today. I will see how Krishna is eating. So that day also his son took the plate, put before deity, said, Krishna, you eat it. And his father hid himself in the deity room one corner. Hid himself. Remained in deity room in one corner. Father hid himself. And son offered, but Krishna is not eating. Said, oh, Krishna, why are you not eating today? You ate everything yesterday. Why are you not eating today? You ate. He said, no, I can't eat. Your father is there. I won't eat. Deity said like that. Simple heart, simple child. He talked with deity. Deity said, no, I want it. Your father is there hiding. Unless he goes out, I want it. You see, this is a fact. This is pure bhakta. Bhakti. Yes. Such a devotee is pure. Heart is so simple heart, simple-hearted. Simple heart. No crookedness, no impurity, no contamination. Whatever he offers, Krishna eats it. Then his father went out. Then he ate everything complete. Finished. plate was empty. Father became amazed. Then he told his son, you go and ask. Oh, you ate everything? So, we have been fasting since last day. Previous day we have been fasting. Today you ate everything. So, you must, what shall we eat? You go and ask deity, his father said. Unless you give some prasad, your mercy, what can we eat? We are dependent completely on mercy. So, then the child son went, said, oh, Krishna, from the previous day starting we have been fasting. Today also ate everything. My father is asking, so what shall we eat? We are completely dependent on your mercy. So unless you give some mercy, what will eat? Then Krishna filled the whole plate as it is. Then it is mercy, prasad. Follow me? Prasad is mercy. It's a mercy. Mahaprasad is not food. Do you understand? Mahaprasad seva. We are servants, we serve. The tongue service. Tongue service is chanting His holy name, this dhoni. And second service is to accept prasad. That tongue service.